Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some really fun and versatile disc-bound journals or planner or whatever you want to use it for. And I'm not just going to show you how to make these, I am going to show you all the extra stuff you can put in them because I'm a little extra. So we're going to see about how to put dividers and add sticky notes to it and page tabs. So we're going to go through all of that so that you can have yourself an extra notebook. And what I really like about the disc binder as opposed to like a traditional bullet journal or notebook, don't get me wrong, I still love my bullet journal. But what I really love about it is this is just a lot more versatile. I can put in tons of different kinds of paper. I don't just have to have one kind, and I like that different variety. I can move the pages around, I can add tabs, I can change out the cover whenever I want to get creative with it. So that's kind of the bonus, and then why I like the discs better than your traditional like ring binder is it's a lot less bulky than a ring binder. Also, when I write in a ring binder, I get really annoyed because my hand, I feel like, is always hitting the rings. And with these, you don't have that problem because it opens and will lay flat for you. Also, you don't have that bulky opening and closing mechanism, which I find is kind of a pain in the butt. So that's why I like this better than, say, like a 6-ring binder. And also, you know, usually with a 6-ring binder or a 3-ring binder or whatever, they come in a specific sizes, and this you can literally make any size you want. So if you have a favorite journal size, you can make it, or if you want to make up your own size, you can make it for whatever suits you. So that's like what the beauty of this is that you don't have to conform to anything. It's really a playground. So let's go play. Okay, so before we start making these beauties, there's just a couple supplies that you're gonna definitely need. You're gonna need some of these little discs, which are the spine of the notebook, and I'll put links down below, but you can get these from Amazon, or if you have an old Happy Planner that you're not using anymore, you can go ahead and reuse the ones that you have. Also, check your local craft stores like Michael's and Joann and all those other ones. Check the clearance section, because I found some of these in the clearance section really cheap. So there's all kinds of places you can get these, and you can get them on Amazon and places like that too. So you're definitely going to need those. And then, so for the paper, to punch the paper, you're going to need a paper punch. So I have two kinds here. ARC, a company called ARC, also makes notebooks like that. And so if you're just kind of using it for personal use and you don't need that much, you can just buy one like this. Small, easy to use. The Happy Planner also has one. And again, you can get, I think you can get this one at like Staples, but the Happy Planner ones you can get at most craft stores, wherever they sell Happy Planners. This one is also made by ARC. You can see it's quite a bit larger. For me, I have to use this one just because of my hand. I need it to be like really easy push down, where this takes a little bit more, and I can punch more pages at once with this, because I made a bunch and I just decided to be a little extra and splurge. So those are the two major things that you are going to need to do one of these notebooks. And then the other little things that you're going to need, some scissors and a ruler. If you don't use a scissors and a ruler, you can use a cutter, which I love to use because it's way more easy and I can cut more pages at once and it's more precise. Also some kind of adhesive. This is my favorite product ever when I do any kind of journaling or projects. It's a permanent double-sided tape runner. I do sell some of this on my website, but I can't live without it. I literally keep like 25 of these things at all times because I'm terrified I'll run out. It's perfect, easy, not messy, doesn't leave your pages wet, there's no dry time, it's permanent, it's great. You're also going to want some variety of papers, and we'll get into that more, the different kinds of papers and stuff like that for the project. And we'll be using a few other supplies, but we'll talk about that as we get into it. But the basic things you're going to need before we can begin are your punch and your discs. Those two things you have to have. So before we start making it, the one thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to decide on what size you want to make it. So you can make it, that's the cool thing, you can make it any size you want. That's what I love about this. And so if you already have a journal size that you love, go ahead and make it that size. Or another way to determine a size is there's a lot of companies on Etsy, so if you just search Etsy, who make pre-made like planner inserts and things like that, printables that you can get for these. You might want to go check those out and see what sizes they're making them in and make it according to that size. If you found a company that you really like their printables, go ahead and make it that size. I just made them the sizes I wanted. So for instance, this one here is a traveler's notebook size, a little bit wider because I added a margin for my rings. But I really love that size. And then these two are a B6 size. They're around 5 by 7. So, but again, if you have a notebook size that you love, go ahead and work with that. So after you decide on your size, then let's talk about covers. So how I made my covers, and I made all three differently, and I'll talk to you about those three different ways. But again, get creative. If you can punch a hole in it, you can make it a cover. So for cover, you're really looking for something that's going to be durable. And so for my covers, I wanted to use an acetate. And so you can see it here. I bought it from Cricut, and it comes with 6 sheets, and it's just this clear acetate that I then cut down. One thing about this acetate is it does, because I'm telling you this because I didn't know. I was like, why is it so cloudy? It's cloudy because it actually has a film on either side that you peel off. So I'm using acetate. It's a good protector, and you can do a lot with it. So, and I actually bought this off Amazon, so I'll put a link down below. But you can totally get this at craft stores too. So on this cover, I have my sheet of acetate, and then you can see I've got the moon phases here. And so how I made this is I actually did the design on my circuit cutter and then cut it out and used a permanent vinyl adhesive. So these are just vinyl that I then went and stuck onto the cover. So this is really fun because you can change it out all the time. You can come up with any design that you want. And then behind it, I just used a piece of cardstock, double-sided cardstock on this one. So on this one, this is a piece of acetate as well, but this one was already designed. This is a piece of acetate I already had. And you can often find these decorative pieces of acetate at craft stores, or maybe you just have some, like I did. So again, just a piece of acetate with a double-sided cardstock. And then on this one, I have my piece of acetate, and then what I did is I have this is a vellum sheet. So I made the design on my computer using Photoshop, and then I printed it out on the vellum. A trick about printing on vellum, let it dry. So print it out, don't touch the inked areas, and let it dry for just a couple minutes or it will smudge. But then once it's dry, it doesn't smudge at all, but you definitely want to wait for it to dry. So I really love how that looks too. And again, so easy to switch out the covers. Maybe you want to switch them out with the season. You can really do so much. It's so versatile. So now you've got your cover done. You've decided on your cover, you've cut it to size, you've punched your holes in it. You're obviously going to need some paper to fill it up. So in my journals, I like to use a lot of different kinds of paper. So one of them that I use is usually a grid paper. I like to use plain paper, a craft paper, black paper, and then the vellum, which for some reason I don't have that piece of paper here. But I like to use vellum in my journals as well. So now you have the basics of a notebook. You've got your cover, your inner paper attached to your rings. Now we're going to talk about the fun stuff that you can add to it to make it more personalized and more organized. So I'm actually going to take you through each one of the ones I made and show you the little different things that I did and give you some tips and tricks. So I made this one for my daughter Sage, and you can see, like I talked about, the cover is acetate, and then this is just a double-sided piece of cardstock. Any craft store you can get this. And just on this side, I put her name and just a little bit of decoration. And then one of the things I love about these journals is you can add so many fun elements, not just papers, but memorabilia you collect, or journal cards, or anything. So this was an affirmation card that I just stuck in the front here, and it says, "I'm at peace with my past." And then this is just a little decorative piece of paper, this next one. And then what we have here, I'm going to pull these out, is on this page, it's just a piece of cardstock, some pretty cardstock. I attached this little plastic clear envelope, so which essentially looks like this. And again, I got these off Amazon, and you just peel them, and it's sticky on the back, and you just stick it right on, and it's great for storing little stuff. So one of the things that I made for her is I took over, after I cut some of these pieces out, I had a lot of little bits of leftover paper. So what I did is I made these little bookmarks. So I just cut it out and then punched it, and these are perfect. So if you have a planner and you want it on a certain day, for you just to stick in as bookmarks through the top. And I made these in a couple different ways, and I'll show you in the other journals. So I made several of those for her, and I love that they're double-sided. And then I just store them in here, and that way she has them. So another thing that I made for her, and we're going to get to those pages, is we made tab pages, and I'm going to show you how I made those. But I wanted her to have some extra tabs in case she wanted to make more dividers. So, and I made those using this punch. Let's see, here's the bottom. You can kind of see it. So it just punches out the paper. So again, I took those scrap papers and I just punched them out. And so I made some extras of those for her. I'll put those in there. And then on the other side, so this side's got the pocket, and then on this side, what I did is I attached some Post-it notes here for her, so she could add those in her book. And so when I'm attaching Post-it notes, I pretty much, let me just grab one that I have here. You know, here's your pad of Post-it notes. I won't take the whole thing, I'll just take several off of it. I'll just peel it off, and then I just take my tape runner, put it on the back, and stick it down. And there you have some Post-it notes to help with planning or decorating. Okay, so right here is just a pocket I made for it, and it's double-sided, and again, it's just a piece of cardstock. And then to make it, so I just cut a piece the size of all the other pieces, and then honestly, I didn't like measure anything. I just took an excess piece off the top and cut it to this size, and then used my tape runner again, did the tape runner all around this way and glued it on, and then punched it out. Because you gotta have a folder to store stuff. So, and then I'm using this. These are little plastic pieces I sell in my shop to make these portable washi boards. So I made her a little portable washi board that she can have. And then on this side, I just stuck some stickers and stuff in this side for her. Another journal card I put in place for her, and it's a Virgo because she's a Virgo. Okay, and then I made some tab pages for her, some dividing pages. And to make hers, all I did was use a piece of black cardstock. I decorated it a little bit with a couple stickers. And so those tabs that I told you about earlier, how I had adhered them, was again, I used the double-sided tape and I just ran it down this part. I obviously didn't run it down the whole thing, just along the edge, and I stuck it down. So she has all these great tab pages, and of course hers has all the different kinds of paper as well. And another journal card for her, and here's another tab page, some vellum paper, and another journal card, another tab page, and then she's got some white paper here, and another journal card, another tab page, some craft paper, and then this is a little tarot decorative card here. And then on the back, I went ahead and I did another one of these little plastic pockets, and I just put some more stickers and stuff in there for her. And then you just have your back cover. And so that's how I made that one. And I'm going to show you guys this one. This is the one that I made the standard traveler's notebook size. I made this one for me. I don't really know what I'm going to use it for yet, but I really love it. So again, we have the acetate cover, the piece of vellum, and then this is my cardstock. And on the back of my cardstock is this little pocket, and you can find little pockets like this at craft stores, or you could actually make your own out of vellum, where you're just folding it over and attaching it. And this is where I keep my little portable washi board. And then here on mine, I did the same thing. I've got one of those clear plastic pockets. I made it I changed the sizing. I like to do different sizing in mine. I like variety. I don't like everything to be uniform. So for my bookmarks, I actually used these little tags that I had. And I think these are also really cute. I actually thought about attaching like little tassels to the ends, and they're just really fun and decorative. And if you don't have any tags, you can just use plain white ones or craft paper ones and just like decorate your own to make bookmark tabs. So these are really handy, and I just keep them right in here. And then on the back side of this page, again, is another plastic pocket, and here I've just got my little mini moon phase calendars that I sell. I thought that was a good little spot for them. This is just a decorative piece of vellum. I just wanted some kind of divider, and so I just added that piece of vellum. This is the pocket I made for this one, and I keep some of my stickers in there. And you can see I just decorated the pocket a little. I put a little tiny paper clip on there in case I need it for something. And on the back, instead of doing this, where it's curved down the side, I just did a straight across pocket. And this is cardstock, but I had this extra piece of vellum that I already had in my stash. It was just this little piece of it. So I decided to use that here. I thought it would just be a fun, different texture change, and you could put whatever you wanted there. I really love this. So this is a little envelope that I had, and I believe I picked up a little package of these at like Michael's craft store. So it's just this little envelope that I went ahead and put the holes in, and in here I like to keep some extra journal cards, maybe some notes I need to write for a week that I can then punch in and put in there. So yep, I just keeping some extra journal cards in there. But I love this little pocket thing. I think it's so cute. And then I just have a journal card here. So for my tab dividing pages, I did it differently than in my daughter's notebook, the one I just showed you. And this one, I decided to, again, use the acetate. I used the same kind of tab method. I just punched out my tabs. If you don't have a tab punch, you could always, if you have a circuit, you could always design it on circuit and cut it out, or you could draw up your own design on a piece of paper and cut it out. But I just used the tab punch and attached it again with my handy dandy permanent double-sided tape runner. So I attached that to that, and I like to use the acetate because I did all mine with vellum behind the dividers. So again, I designed this just like I did the cover, designed it on Photoshop, and then printed it out. So that's how all my dividing tabs are. And I really love that I can just switch out designs for the season. So I've got the black paper. Oh, And so this was another little thing that I made. So this is one of the bookmarks, like I showed you in the beginning, but on this bookmark, I decided to put some sticky tabs and flags. So I'll bring that up so you can see it better. So it's just one of those tags, and then I took these sticky tabs and put it on there. So it's great if you're doing planning and you put it on your planner page so you can add your tabs and notes. So that's that. And then here again, I have my journal card, my acetate, and my pretty vellum piece. I love her, she's so cute. We've got checkered paper. You can see I've got one of my bookmarks here. Some vellum paper. Another journal card. My acetate sheet. And my vellum decorative sheet. Some white paper. Another bookmark divider. And have another journal card, acetate, my vellum sheet, and craft paper. And then back here, I've got just a little journal card. And then, so you can take envelopes from anywhere. This is just a little brown craft paper envelope that I had in my drawer. I don't even know where I got it. I'm just keeping some extra little stickers and pictures and little things in there for decoration that I'm keeping there. And again, these are some sticky notes that I put back here. And then this is my back cover. I just decorated it a little bit. And my acetate. So I wanted to show you the top so that you could kind of see how the bookmarks come out, you know, just to help you, like, especially if you're using this as a planner. So you might use this section to label your different sections, but you can use these to keep a page, you know, so if you do use it as a planner, you can put it on your month, day, or week. Well, that's it, guys. I hope that you got some inspiration, because as you can see, these journals can be personalized and made to suit your lifestyle in whatever way you need. And I just think they're super fun and very convenient. I was surprised at how much I liked it. And so I hope you enjoyed the video. Share with me if you guys make these, some tips and stuff that you came up with. I would love to hear how you got creative in making these, and some awesome ways that you either have to do to be more organized or just some fun things you added to it. Go ahead, drop me a comment below and let me know. Also, drop me a comment and let me know what videos you'd like to see in the future. I thank you so much for watching and being with me. Much love to all of you.